Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi, Untold Journeys, where I speak with some of my favorite people and have some shape-shifting conversations. Here, they share their stories, leaving nuggets of goodness and life lessons to motivate and inspire our own life's journeys. Odyssey with Yendi Untold Journeys is brought to you in partnership with Sagicor.
Buying a home? Score big with a Sagicor Bank mortgage. It's easy. Find your property, apply for your Sagicor Bank mortgage, get your keys in no time, and you're home!
MasterCard.
Make online purchases in a safe way with Debit MasterCard. Let the passion of football find you everywhere. MasterCard, start something priceless.
Grab yourself some Appleton and tap into a new world of flavor. Have a snack for this episode? Well, grab your Sun Mix and taste the good life.
She's a quarter miler turned sprinter, an Olympic medalist and world championship medalist, and an essential part of Jamaica's Tokyo sweep. Today we have Shericka Jackson. Jacko. Shericka.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
I feel like I must call you Smiley.
Yes.
Actually, fun and joke aside, you are very bubbly and very smiley in person. We don't really see that side of you on the track. Are you always this smiley in real life?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Always, but when I'm on the track, I am serious.
Why the switch for you? Yeah,
Off
how
the
comes you're
track?
on the track being like behind the block? How comes when you're there, you're just like, no, you know me? Eh?
No, because coach helps me to stay focused.
Yeah.
So therefore, if you watch majority of my races, you will see me talking to myself.
Yes.
I'm always doing that, which I enjoy. But once I'm finished running, you'll see my big pretty smile.
Ain't nice bad.
Yes, thanks. I know.
Oh, she said, I know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We don't need anything else here. Where did the love for track come from for you?
I think it's probably my last year of high school because
Yeah.
I usually run track from before, but I was so slow and I never liked it.
That's
So
not possible. It's impossible that you were slow.
I was.
Walk me through that. How?
Firstly, when I was at primary school, I was very slow. I have never won anything or come in top 3 before. So, at sports day, I was very, very slow. So what I started doing was, I just play with track. I just run because it's sports day and when you run, you get glucose and all right.
Yes. In the water.
Yes, so I think I just did that because when you're younger, you like to run up and down. So I liked that, and I was very energetic. So that was it. But I was very slow. I never really pay attention to track like that. I just run.
So what switched in high school for you?
Well, when I went to high school, it was just a little different. But my last year, I think, was really, really good. Because, I had my coach who he was sick in my last year when he had to be walking on a walker. I think that kind of motivates me. And I was like, okay, then I want to do this. But do I really?
Right.
Yes. So in my last year of high school, I wanted to win the 400. And I run 200, but I wanted to win the 400 because I think he wanted that. So I paid close attention. I started working hard. And I think that's when I really realized that, I am good at 400. I need to focus on the 4, despite hating the training. So I think that was it.
Well, I was just going to ask you that. I know you have to keep it all the way real with me, When you realized that you were going to be doing the 400, were you excited to do the 400 or were you just like, absolutely not? These people don't get the glory. The training is much harder. The work is too much. Truly, what went through your mind?
The thing is, when I went to UTech, it was a little different.
Right.
Because, coach will categorize sprinters, quarter milers, and when he all the quarter milers go in the line, I was like, man, I want to go into sprinters line. But I know he would have, no, Jackson go there. Because, I had an injury leaving high school. So I know he would have Jackson, go in the 400 line. So I went in the 400 line knowing that I never wanted to go in there, But I went there and it wasn't so bad. I never performed excellent in my first year at UTech. Because right after, I made the Commonwealth team
Right,
in 2014. And right after, I went to Europe and I got hurt. So that was the ending of my season. So I do enjoy the 400. The training is really, really hard.
It sure is.
But
spoken like a professional over here.
But-
Hear me. It sure is.
yeah, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think it makes me really push myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't like training. I will train, but I don't like it. So I think the 400 brings out the best in me to sprint.
You know, in us chatting a little before, I know you mentioned how much you moved all around Jamaica. Actually, you refer to yourself very beautifully as a traveler.
I'm a traveler.
Where were you born? Where did you end up all before you got to Kingston?
Well, I was born in St. Anne. And then when I was leaving basic school, I went to Manchester. That's where grandma was.
Right.
So grandma took me until I was in 4th grade. So when I left 4th grade, I went back to St. Anne to live with my father. After spending 2 years at St. Anne, I moved to Clarendon at Ver Technical. So I was all over the place in that short space of time, but most of my years was in Clarendon.
You know what? The reason why that is important to me or significant to me is because I can't help but wonder if you moving around so much as a child and having to adapt to those different environments impacted how you adapt in terms of the track and field and moving from one discipline to another and the one training to another. Are you an adaptable personality?
Somewhat, not so much, because I have to take my little time. It was really, really hard leaving from home to a boarding facility because I am not used to being around so many persons. So that was kind of hard. But my mommy visit every Sunday. She cook up the food. And my mommy come every Sunday. So it was like home away from home, which after some years, it started to get better. And I start to mature more and understand more stuff. Okay, then it's fine to be out there despite not, So it made me, from I was in high school, I consider myself as a big woman. So, because I felt like I was on my own. I never had any parents around. So for me, it was just adapting. It was really, really difficult, but it was worth it.
But the transition then to Kingston wasn't as challenging because you had already been transitioning at each phase of your life.
Yes, so it wasn't really difficult going, because UTech had boarding facility.
Right.
So it wasn't so difficult for me. It was like, okay, then I'm moving from one home to another, which was really, really easy for me.
I'm going to ask you a question that perhaps no one has ever asked, but I'm curious about it. You mentioned the boarding facility at UTech. When on a run boat up at UTech, Shericka, what did you cook?
Firstly, I don't cook.
I mean, know that. How did you survive?
I don't cook. My mother will cook from all the way in St. Anne, bring it to Kingston, and I will have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, until she comes Sunday again. So honestly, I didn't really have to do anything that difficult. But I had friends who cooked, and they were like, okay, then what you want today? And they cook. Otherwise, my mother will cook for the entire week, and she does cook rice and peas, has Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then she cooks something else that I can serve for the rest of the week. So no, I will cook, but I'm not a chef.
Actually, I feel like I'm going to switch your... let me not preempt myself. I was going to give away a little, but no, I won't give it away.
Okay.
So now we are at, when you just started. So we're at your first year. You've made the Commonwealth team. We're at your injury. What goes through Shericka's head when she's injured, having just stepped onto the scene and thinking, you know what, I actually really can do this and make this move professionally?
Honestly, it was really, really hard because I was like, man, I was hurt all season, and then I came back and ran a personal best at the trials, which I was 6. And I was like, okay, then at least I make my first team and I'll get to run a relay. But then after that, I got hurt and I was like, man, again. It got me a little frustrated. I went to Commonwealth though. And when I did the MRI, I had a grade 2, and I was like, man, this is the ending of the season. So what I did, I enjoy Commonwealth games. I ate so many ice cream when I came back. when I came back and coach was like, man, you're going home. I was like, okay, I already prepared to go home, you know? So for me, I think we had a talk right after the Commonwealth before I went home, and I was really, really disappointed, you know, because I've trained so hard and I wanted to do so well, and I never get to even touch the track, which I was kind of happy. I want to say I was kind of happy because the place was cold. I am a person who always cold. So I wanted to compete, but then when I saw all the rain and the cold, I was like, man, you saved me, God, you know? So for now. So it was really, really difficult. I think it made me strong, but it messed with my mental state a little bit.
Let's talk about that. In what way did it mess with your mental state?
I was like, man, sometimes you work so hard and what you work for, you still don't get it. So I started to question, do I have to work so hard? Why I work so hard but still ending up empty-handed, right? So that for me, I was like, man, I don't need to train then. Because if every time I train, something like this happened. So I guess it took a toll on me a little bit. But then I had family, you know. So it kind of, when I sit and talk, because I'm a person, depending on how I feel, I will keep in stuff, but I vent a lot. So, you know, I had somebody close to me who I was actually talking to, and I was like, man, I'm so fed up, you know. Coming out of high school, I got hurt. I came to UTech. I was 100%, then I got hurt again. I came back, and then it was that again. So I was like, man, I just don't want to continue. That was the first time I've ever felt like I just wanted to stop. Yeah. So, you know, I had families who I reach out to, and they help. Because I'm a person, if I want the help, I'll reach out.
A word. Shericka, I wonder if you understand how critically important it is what you just said. If you need the help, you reach out.
So I wanted the help and I reach out. Because I'm a person, if I go in that breakdown state of mind, that's it. I will just shut everybody out, and that's it. But I was heading to that direction, which I never wanted to. So I reach out, as I said, to family, which helped me, you know, because in 2015, I performed well.
You did. You did extremely well.
Yes. So, yeah. It was hard, but as I said, it was worth it.
Clearly it was worth it, because to rebound the way you did mentally is, I mean, you've reaped the rewards physically, obviously, because, I mean, here we are sitting down. I mean, I don't even know whether to call you. I don't know what to refer to you as, because you're so good at so many disciplines. Oh, not you rolling your eyes. She said, girl, just give me all the praises. I mean, walk us through what happened in 2015, the breakthrough that came, the healing that came, and how that has just really set you on a whole different path.
Before I started 2015 season, I said to myself, I am going to perform so well that I will surprise myself. So I had a book that I wrote everything I want to do in that book, right? So one of them was to stay injury-free, because I'm saying if I'm injury-free, I will perform so well.
That's it.
And I think that was always one of the problems I had. So during the trials of 2015, I was nervous. My coach at the time touched me and like, wake up, man, there's nothing to worry about. The work is already done. So I was like, okay then. So I came third at the trials, which I was excited because, you know, I ran a personal best. I was more excited about my personal best than me making the team at the time, you know, because I wanted to run 50 points and I ran 50 points. So it was difficult coming back, but then again, I was like, well, I am here and I made the team. It's just on from here.
That's right.
So, you know, when I went to Europe, I started to put in the extra work. You know, people try to mess with my brain and about, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But when I wasn't running fast, nobody was telling me anything.
Same way.
Right? So
where were they then?
Exactly. So I blocked it out.
That's right.
And I went to the game and I performed because I got a medal, I got a personal best. A little disappointed, though.
Were you?
Yes. A lot of persons never knew that. I was so disappointed. Because, you know, in the heats, you know, in the semi,
Right.
Right? I ran 50.03.
Right.
And I came back and only run 49.99. I was like, man, I am so disappointed.
It's the only for me. Only. I mean,
Yes, so
I understand though, because everything is relative to each person.
yes,
I
so
understand.
I
Yeah.
wanted to run a faster time, but then again, I was like, maybe it wasn't meant to be. I got a medal and I'm still grateful.
Right.
Right. But when I sit by myself, I was like, okay, then I did this wrong. I did this right. I need to correct this. I need to correct that. But the championship wasn't finished. So I never want to dwell on me not running fast.
Because you still had
the 4x4.
That's right.
So, you know, after that, I came out. So I left the championship with 2 medals, a gold and a bronze.
I mean, can you just say that again? I think the people in the back didn't hear. You did what now?
I left the championship with 2 medals,
Oh,
a gold and a bronze.
thank you. Was this your first, second, third, or last championship?
My first
Oh,
championship.
just checking. Thank you. Thank you. Period. I'm joking now.
Yes.
Yeah. Which, I mean, all things considered, while the time may not have been your ideal, that was a successful championship.
Yeah, it was,
As your
definitely.
first venture. Yeah.
Definitely. Was really, really successful. Because after that, you know, I ran some 50-point on the Diamond League circuit. It wasn't so impressive, but I did.
Yeah. So here it is that you are now a world championship double medalist. And something happened. Something happened in 16, 17. Walk me through the process of what happened right there for you.
I think 2016, I got another medal in 2016 with a personal best. So
Right.
that was really, really good.
Right.
You know, I left that championship with 2 medals also, with a personal best and...
So now we've done it at the World Championships and the Olympics.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But 2017,
Uh-huh.
that was a year of disappointment. Firstly, I ran 50 points at the trials,
Yeah.
right? I won the trials. I went on and not getting a medal. I went to the final as the fastest loser.
Yeah.
I was on that step and I was like, man, because before a girl ran like 50.71.
Yeah, yeah.
I ran 50.70. I was like, okay, then I'm in the final, but another semi-final was coming up and I was like, man,
Them have to run at least 50.73. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, man, will I make it? And I was so disappointed because I like, oh my, I just ran 50 points at the trial, but I came back and run 50.7 with not knowing if I made the final as yet. And I was sitting on the step and I was like, I never knew if I made the final. I was like, man, if I don't make the final, then I'll just have to go back to the drawing board. I will be disappointed. But so when I saw I made the final, I get up and I was like, yes, I went around and I was like, I sitting down and I was like, man, imagine if I never made the final, I would have been so ashamed. So I think 2017 was a really rough year, a year of lesson, disappointment, everything. But I never want to dwell on 2017, you know, because as I said, after 2014, I think I knew how to handle disappointment.
Right, right.
So I never wanted to dwell on it, which was good because I was in so many trouble in 2017. 2017 was a year of, you know, I sit and like, God, is this my punishment? Did I do something wrong? Yes.
Ouch.
So I asked so many questions in 2017, you know, but it was good.
Hmm.
You know, I had to go through that to be stronger.
That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
think 2017 was really, really good. Although I never performed,
Yeah.
there are so many things I learned during 2017.
Right.
And I think that was a good lesson for me. It may be rough lessons, but it was good.
Why did Shericka Jackson switch events? I want one line. Tell me why. Tell me the absolute truth. Why?
I switch event?
Yes.
I don't know. I think I'm just so good at all events.
Oh, you better stop this. Oh, it must be so hard to be great at everything.
No, it's not hard, but it's good, you know?
Wow.
For real, it's not hard.
No, but
it's
truly,
good.
is it that you sat down and said to your coach, I want to explore this? Or did your coach say, you know, you actually have this potential?
2020, when I went back to training, 2020, coach was like, look, I went back to training with 156 pounds.
Is that heavy for you?
It was extra heavy.
Okay.
So coach was like, man, you have to lose the weight. But by the time January comes, we will decide if you're going to sprint or you're going to run the quarter. which I was like, okay then. I was trying to get back my fitness. I wasn't focusing on whether I'm going to sprint or whether I'm going to run the quarter. So for me, it was just focusing on losing the weight. I want to get fit. The weight is the problem. So I think he decided, I think it was April or June. No, not June. April. Probably April we decided. He was like, okay then, we're running the 200. And I was like, okay, but you're going to run the 100 for our 4x1 spot. I was like, okay then. I'm not so nervous. Cause, I think 2019 was a problem with me running the 4x1 finals. So he was like, look, to make things easier, you're going to run the 100 to get a 4x1 spot, not to run the 100 at the Olympic.
Right.
So after performing at the trials, I went to Europe and I was like, but you said I'm going to run the 200. Why am I doing the 100 training? I don't like sprinting. I will sprint, but I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, it's so difficult. I tell people every day I give sprinters a lot of credit because whenever I sprint, I feel so much pain.
I would have honestly thought that training for the quarter mile would have been harder than the sprint.
I don't feel so.
Really?
For me,
Yeah.
I think everybody else will probably have a different opinion, but for me, it was really, really difficult sprinting.
To come down.
It was difficult.
Yeah.
And I think that after the trials, the amount of work that I had to put in, I think that took a toll on my legs and my body and my mind. I was like, I'm not prepared for this. I don't think I was mentally prepared for it that much. Okay, I was going to therapy, but it was like more focusing on things that I wanted, the small aspect of the quarter. So whenever I heard that I was going to sprint, I had to try to shuffle up everything in my head.
Do you know what I really love? I love how casually you just said that. I was going to therapy. You know why I love how casually you said it?
Why?
Because it should be something that's so normal. And it's something that is still so taboo. And people are still so uncomfortable and afraid and feel some level of shame. But I absolutely adore how comfortably you just said that.
I am not, the thing with me, I am not scared to say I go for help when I want help. Because I think that should be on the top of everybody's list. If you want the help, go get the help.
A word. It's the same way where if you feel fluish, you go to your doctor.
Simple.
Is it right? I love that for you. I think that is absolutely brilliant on your part. Good
Thank
for you.
you.
I'm going to be like that. I'm joking now.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
After the trials, I went to the Olympic and I was like, okay, then I'm running the 100. I had so many things to focus on.
Yeah.
The only problem I believe I had was the start. It was really, really difficult from the quarter start.
Explosive start.
Yes, so that was my biggest problem. I tried to focus on the start so much that at a point I lose focus because I was like, oh, I need to get the start. Instead of focusing on, okay, then if I execute properly, what will happen, right? So I think that was one of my downfall during the whole process of sprinting.
Got you.
So when I went to the Olympic, it was good. I think I won the start in the semi because I started going in the semi, you know?
Yeah.
So when I came back and for the final, I was like, man, it's all or nothing. I just go out there, do my best, and whatever result I get, I'll still be grateful. Because to be lining up with top class sprinters is good for me.
But I wonder if you realize that you are one of the top class sprinters. I mean, has that not dawned on you yet?
No.
Well, maybe help you make it sink in. Goody, you is a top class. Okay.
If anybody asks me right now, I was like, oh, remember, I'm not a sprinter, So I think
You've
probably
not owned it yet.
Yes, so next year if I do continuous sprinting, then I will like, okay, then I am a sprinter.
Yeah.
But for now, I just like the term quarter mile.
I have to ask about this because I know, I think especially now having chatted to you a little bit, I am pretty positive I know that this would have had some type of impact on you. The 200.
Oh, Lord.
Let's go there. Because I am absolutely certain that was not the intention with the lack of placing in the final for the 200 meters. Walk me through what happened in that race and what happened post-race.
You know, before the race, like I got up in the morning and I was like, okay then, today is the 200. Am I ready? I looked in the mirror and I was like, okay then, I'm ready. I feel like I was ready. You know, when I went to the start, I was like, okay then. Normally, I talking to myself. I realized that I never was doing that, and that I was like confused. I like, why am I not talking to myself? Normally, I'd be talking to myself. So when I went there, and firstly, I have not watched that video up to this day.
I believe you.
I have not. It's just hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's difficult to accept.
I believe you.
It's gone already, but it's difficult to accept.
Yeah.
You know, I never said I made a mistake. I don't think it was a mistake.
Okay.
It's just if it was to be, it would have been.
Okay.
Right? So I don't think it was a mistake for me. I don't take it as a mistake. I just take it as a lesson. It was really difficult to even, I never wanted to eat. That was hard for me to just, firstly, the day when I went back around the warm-up area, and my coach said to me, boy, I think it's sad for you to come to the Olympic to learn this, but I am glad you learned this. So I was like, okay. And I walked away. Everybody was like, are you okay? Because typically, probably an athlete will be crying.
I mean, I'm ready to cry right now listening to you.
You know, typically, I think people will expect an athlete to be crying. I wasn't crying. I had a smile on my face.
Do you think you were numb to it? Do you think you closed it out in your mind?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because when I was walking around from the car room to the warm-up area, I was like, boy, Jackson, what happened? I was talking to myself as if somebody was there with me.
Right.
You know, I was talking, I was answering, I was talking, I was answering. I was like, okay then, this is not a mistake. It's supposed to happen. It's just sad that it happened at the Olympic. Because, you know, I wanted to run the 200.
And everybody's expectation was so high.
I wanted to run the 200 so bad. I was like, man, I am better at 200. I wanted to run the 200. I want to show up. I wanted a medal in the 200, you know, because I wanted all medals going home.
I mean,
but
honey, yeah.
Honestly, it was difficult for me. It was, I never wanted to eat. And I was like, you know, at the time, I had Candice in my room as a roommate, and she never started to compete, and I never wanted her to see me cry. So, you know, I went in the bathroom and I started praying. I just burst out and started crying. I was like, man, and I was like, God, this is you. I know this is you, and I just have to accept it. I am not finished with the championship yet, so I just have to move on. It was, honestly, when I showed up in the 4x1 heats, I was like, man, I am back out there. I am so disappointed. I don't know how to deal with how I'm feeling. So coming back out there, I was like, okay then. I want my teammates to get a medal. I want them to make the final. So guess what? And I was like, snap out of it, you know?
Yeah.
But honestly, when running that 4x1, all I was thinking about, this should have been the 200. This should, you know?
Oh, Shericka.
Oh, Lord.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's still painful.
Very.
That one is your baby. But you know, say you're going to do it though. I wonder if you know that.
Because, you know, if Percy see me on the road, the first thing they will ask, look at Mr. 200. I was like, man,
and you know our
this?
people, we're not afraid to say nothing. So,
They just say, and I was like, okay.
But you have to do what you need to do to protect your mental health and your peace, you know?
Yeah, I still work with my therapy, honestly, because I think every time I look back in my book of the stuff I wrote that I wanted to achieve in the 200,
That's there.
It's still there.
That's there. But we're not sure yet why. But one day, you're going to see me and say, Yendi, you know, so I know why now. You know, so that's going to happen.
Yeah,
but we're not
definitely.
sure yet. We're still in the processing phase. We're not sure just yet. I'm going to ask you, because I just feel like this is also one that everybody wants to know. What was the deal with the panty?
Oh, Lord.
You don't like to wear the short up?
Firstly, from I started track and field, I have never ever run in a panty. Never.
For true? Me never even realized.
I have never.
It's always the mid-length.
Always a hot pants.
Yeah.
Whether Puma send it, bodysuit, I have never. Like, I might at home put it in the tan and I was like, man, my body is so nice in this. I was running it. And then the day comes, I'm not. So when I finished the trials, when I finished Jamaica trials, I was like, okay then, 1, 2, 3. All of those girls love panty. So I was getting myself mentally prepared to
wear
run
the
in the
panty.
panty, because I said, if Puma ending up sending a Jamaica kit and panties in it, those girls not going to run in no hot pants. So for me, I was like, okay then. I started to prepare mentally from Jamaica. I was like, man, I wouldn't mind they like, okay then, we run in the hot pants and something. So I wanted Puma to send the bodysuit, which the bodysuit was too tall. So I don't think they would have run in that. I was like, man, they're running in the panty. So you know, I went to the storeroom and I said, look, give me this size panty, because those girls not running in any hot pants. So it was
Yo, I'm dying.
difficult. You know, when we were in the elevator and they were like, oh, we're running in the long sleeve. I was like praying, oh, the hot pants with the long sleeve. It was like, hot pants? I was like, yes. They was like, no, we running in the panty. I was like, no, but I don't like panty. And they were like, you don't go to the beach? I was like, have you ever seen me post a swimwear picture before? Never. I don't post those pics. I think if I take those pics, they stay in my phone. So it was really, really difficult. And I was like, man. Firstly, I wasn't even thinking about, okay, then get the sticker out. I was like, man, the whole world seen me in a panty. It was, honestly, it was okay, but I felt so uncomfortable. Maybe it's because it's the first time I've ever done it.
Yeah.
I was so uncomfortable.
But you know, the crazy thing is, any of us who know Shelly and know Shelly really well know that Shelly's a girl where you know make her know when things bother you, because she is going to carry you from now till next year.
Because I was like, poor Shelly.
So when Shelly says, sir,
oh Lord,
get Shericka panty.
Honestly, it was okay, but it was difficult. I was like, the panty not working for me. All I was out there and I had on the long sleeve. I just like, every second I was looking down, Lord, can I have on the panty?
Well,
So,
if it counts for you, you have good legs, girl.
I know.
Oh, well then.
I know that.
Well, guess what I'm looking forward to next year? You in your panty, in your individual race.
I don't know.
Not
if
in
I
the
will.
4x1.
I don't know if I will. I will think about it though. You know, I have a bodysuit. I run in the bodysuit at my last meet because I know that the whole world wouldn't see that meet. So I run in the bodysuit.
No, but when the whole world not going to see it, then you feel wear the panty. Come on, goodie, you not see the mats.
No, but the world will see the panty.
No, but everybody not watching that race, remember?
Yeah, but they run in the bodysuit panty. So it was a panty.
Oh, just kidding. I got you know. Just kidding.
But the whole world never saw that. So
Got you.
I was okay
Copy
with
that.
that.
Copy that.
Yes.
I am going to ask you, if you were to share with me your top 3 life hacks, right? So the top 3 things that you would say, you know what? I live by this, or this is the advice I would give you to anyone out there. This is what I really think will change your life. What are the top 3 things that you would say? Now for your Sagicor life hacks.
I will always say, expect the unexpected things in life, because life is full of expectations. And disappointment is okay. Once you know how to handle disappointment, you will reach far. And if you do need help, mental help, reach out to somebody. If you do need mental help, reach out.
A word. Yeah. A word. Sharika? A word. Where do you see yourself from here? What is ultimately Sharika's dream for herself?
Just to be myself.
And who is Shericka Jackson?
An easygoing person who loves to laugh, who act crazy all the time. I may be serious on the track, but off the track, I am crazy.
As in real life.
Yeah, but I just want to continue to be myself, you know?
Yeah.
For me, I have a personality that many don't get to see because I am so laid back.
Yeah.
But if you get to see it, it's a plus.
We think so too.
Yes.
I'm going to throw something out there. You answer the first thing that comes to your head. Very first thing. Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite food?
Turkey neck.
Never already feed.
Already fun.
Your favorite place that you've traveled to?
All right, go again. Next.
No, goody. You have to give me an answer. Hello. Think fast.
Favorite place I've traveled to? Ooh.
Could be Jamaica, you know. I mean, remember, so you say you travel locally too.
Italy. I think Italy is cool.
Look at you.
Depending on where.
Speak any Italiano?
No.
Buongiorno.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
that's the
why
only
this
thing.
I don't.
You know that I always sing like bonjour mean good morning, but they greet you with bonjour all the while, evening, morning, noon, and night. So I don't know. I don't know either. Like, is it good morning? But they use it straight throughout the day. Like,
I think it's just like what up.
Yeah.
I think it's like in Spanish, ¿qué tal? Like what's up? I think.
I
I don't
think
know.
it was good morning.
We're gonna check it. What is your favorite thing to do?
Sleep.
Oh, never saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite pastime that's not sleeping?
Reading.
Really?
Yes.
Favorite book?
I have a variety of books. I have a collection from one guy.
Who?
I don't remember his name.
We need to talk about books.
Yes. I love books.
Me too.
Yes. So I had a book that I read, Creating Abundance. It was really, really good. I read that book twice.
Well,
It teaches me so much. Everything, savings, everything.
guess which book I'm going to start reading next week?
This book.
Creating Abundance.
You lie.
Listen now. No, you just put me onto a good book, girl. Hello.
Yeah, it's good. It's good though.
I trust you.
All right.
I believe so. Okay, final question.
Okay.
Your biggest dream and goal for yourself?
Do I have to tell you?
You have a choice.
No.
You can't say no. You can't say nothing. You have to tell me. It's just me and you here. Forget them.
But they will hear.
What is it?
I'll write it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll look out for it.
All right.
And then I'll tell them. I'm kidding now. I'll have you back. I'll
I'll
have you
write
back.
it to you though.
So, a little birdie, actually it's literally a bird, it's on Twitter,
Oh.
your
okay.
Twitter. I saw that you really enjoy curry goat patty.
Oh Lord.
So we are going to play a game. And I'm going to call this game Hot Patty. So if you give me a couple seconds, I'm going to give you the rules. And we're going to play. You down?
I'm down for
You
it.
don't? All right. Yes.
This is the MasterCard priceless moment.
All right, Sharika. So the aim of Hot Patty is, by the way, name Hot Patty because we're going to get hot.
Okay.
So you have to race me and eat my dust.
Okay. Let's
As
see.
we're going to leapfrog to the patty. Sharika has a curry goat patty. I have a fish patty.
Okay.
And the first person to eat off their patty with no crumb on their lipstick
Oh Lord. All right, let's go.
is the winner.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you steady?
Why do I have to choose leapfrog? All right. 1, 2, 3. Should I bring some water? That won't take long to tune on here. If I had little thing, that was rough, but I enjoy it.
Did you win or did I win?
We tied.
Oh, we're tied. Right. We're tied. Sharika, thank you so much. Honestly, that could have been one of my most fun moments I've ever had on this show. Thank you so much. You are a treat. You are a gem. I'm so excited to see what your career has in store. I'm excited to see what is in store for you as a person. I mean, you are awesome.
Thank you.
Truly awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Odyssey with Yendi Untold Journeys was brought to you in partnership with Sagicor and MasterCard. Grab yourself some Appleton and tap into a new world of flavor. Have a snack for this episode? Well, grab your Sun Mix and taste the good life.